Have you ever wondered how bees make honey? This question has intrigued many, and for a good reason. The process of honey production is a complex marvel of nature, involving precision, teamwork, and a dash of natural chemistry. It's a journey that takes us into the heart of the hive, where thousands of bees work in unison to create this sweet, golden elixir. So buckle up, folks. We're about to delve into the intricate world of honey production. Prepare to be amazed by the intricacy of honey production. So, who are these tiny creatures making this sweet treat? Let's take a closer look. Bees, specifically the honeybee species, are the masterminds behind this delicious delicacy. There are over 20,000 species of bees, but it's primarily the honeybees, known scientifically as Apis mellifera, that are responsible for honey production. These honeybees live in complex, highly organized societies, each with its unique structure. A typical bee colony comprises 3 types of bees: worker bees, drones, and the queen bee, each playing a crucial role in the honey-making process. Worker bees are the backbone of the bee society. These hard-working females carry out almost all the tasks within the hive. They clean the hive, protect it from intruders, take care of the young, and forage for nectar and pollen. It's the worker bees that transform the nectar into honey. They're also responsible for storing this honey within the hive's honeycomb cells. Then we have the drones. These are the only males in the hive, and their primary role is to mate with a queen. They live a life of luxury, fed and cared for by the worker bees. But once they've fulfilled their purpose, they're no longer needed and are driven out of the hive. And finally, the most important bee of all, the queen bee. There's only one queen bee per hive, and her main job is to lay eggs, up to 2,000 a day. She's the mother of all bees in the hive and ensures the continuity of the colony. The queen also releases pheromones that promote unity and harmony within the hive. So, from the diligent worker bees to the privileged drones and the vital queen bee, each member of the bee society has a role to play. They all work together, each doing their part in the fascinating process of honey production. Now that we know our honeymakers, let's delve into the process. It all begins with a hunt for nectar. As dawn breaks, a squadron of worker bees, the tireless foot soldiers of the hive, take flight on a mission. Their task is simple yet vital: collect nectar, the sweet, sugary liquid produced by flowers. Now you might be wondering, how do bees find the right flowers? Well, these tiny creatures are equipped with an incredible sense of smell, allowing them to detect and locate flowers bursting with nectar, even from miles away. Not only that, but they also communicate with each other through a unique waggle dance, sharing information about the location of the best flower patches. Once the worker bees arrive at a flower, they get to work. Using their long tube-like tongues, which function much like straws, they suck out the nectar from the flowers. This nectar is then stored in a special part of their stomach called the honey stomach. But don't be fooled by the name. The honey stomach isn't for digestion. It's more like a built-in nectar backpack. It can hold nearly its own weight in nectar. Imagine being able to carry a backpack as heavy as yourself, and you'll start to appreciate the strength of these tiny creatures. But the work of the bees isn't done yet. They don't just collect nectar from one flower. They flit from flower to flower, collecting nectar, inadvertently playing a crucial role in the pollination process. As they move, pollen from the male parts of the flower sticks to their bodies, and as they visit the next flower, some of this pollen rubs off onto the female parts, helping new flowers to grow. So not only are bees incredible nectar gatherers, but they also play a vital role in the life cycle of flowers, helping to create the very nectar they depend on. It's a beautiful cycle of nature, isn't it? With their honey stomachs full, the bees fly back to their hive. Their journey back is a race against time, as they need to get the nectar back to the hive before it ferments. But that's a story for another scene. For now, let's marvel at the industriousness of these tiny creatures and their nectar hunt. Back at the hive, magic happens. A bustling city of bees, it's where the nectar brought back from the field starts its transformation into the sweet delight we know as honey. The worker bees, tireless in their efforts, take on the task of turning the nectar into honey. But how exactly do they do this? Imagine a bee, fresh from the field, its honey stomach brimming with nectar. It regurgitates the nectar into the mouth of a hive bee. This is where the first stage of the transformation process begins. The hive bee chews the nectar, a process that lasts about half an hour. But this isn't simply a case of breaking down the nectar into smaller parts. It's a chemical transformation, where complex sugars in the nectar are broken down into simpler sugars. Inside the bee's mouth, there's an enzyme called invertase. It's a biological catalyst that helps break down the complex sugars in the nectar into simpler sugars, such as glucose and fructose. This process, known as inversion, is crucial in making the nectar more suitable for long-term storage. You see, the simpler sugars are less susceptible to spoilage. They are more resistant to the growth of bacteria and fungi, ensuring the honey can be stored for a longer period without going bad. This is why honey, when stored properly, can last indefinitely. But the transformation doesn't stop there. The bee adds a small amount of another enzyme, glucose oxidase, to the mix. This enzyme helps convert some of the glucose into gluconic acid and hydrogen peroxide. The gluconic acid gives honey its characteristic acidity, while the hydrogen peroxide provides an additional layer of antibacterial protection. The bees' meticulous process ensures that the honey they create is not only delicious but also stable and safe for storage, ready to nourish the hive throughout the long winter months. It's a testament to the remarkable skills of these tiny creatures and their essential role in our ecosystem. Once transformed, it's time for the next step. Now, it's all about beating the heat. In the hive's bustling heart, the bees start an intricate dance, a ballet of nature's design. Their tiny wings flutter in a rhythm that's almost hypnotic. But this isn't a mere display of elegance, it's a vital part of the honey-making process. Each bee flaps its wings at an incredible speed, creating a current of air throughout the hive. This is not just a cooling mechanism for the hive, but also a critical step in transforming nectar into honey. The fanning of the wings accelerates the evaporation of water from the nectar, thickening it into a substance we all know and love, honey. This process is akin to reducing a sauce in cooking. As the water content decreases, the nectar becomes denser, its sugars more concentrated. This evaporation process is truly magical to witness. It's like watching a chef in the kitchen, carefully simmering a pot of broth until it becomes a rich, savory gravy. As the bees continue their fanning, the nectar gradually thickens. It's an amazing display of efficiency and teamwork, as the bees work together, each playing a crucial role in the creation of this golden delight. And voila, we have honey. But wait, we're not done yet. The journey of the bee and its honey-making process is far from over. This is just one sweet chapter of an even bigger, more fascinating story. The final step is all about safekeeping. After the meticulous process of transforming nectar into honey, bees don't just leave it lying around. Oh no, they have their own unique storage system. Picture a myriad of hexagonal cells, each a tiny jar made of beeswax. This is the honeycomb, a marvel of nature's engineering, designed for maximum strength and storage efficiency. Now, once the honey is in these cells, it isn't just left exposed to the elements. The bees take yet another precaution. They cap each cell with a layer of wax. This wax seal ensures the honey is protected and preserved for long-term storage. The bees can then tap into these supplies during the cold winter months when flowers are scarce. So from the nectar hunt to the transformation process, the drying, and finally the storage, every step is a testament to the diligence and ingenuity of bees. And that's how bees create this sweet, golden delight we call honey. But honey isn't just food for bees or a treat for us. It's a symbol of nature's intricate balance and a testament to the industry and cooperation of bees. Honey, in its essence, is a liquid gold that plays a crucial role in pollination, fueling the bees as they go about their work, inadvertently aiding in the propagation of countless plant species. This intricate dance between bees and flowers is vital for maintaining ecological balance. Without honey, bees wouldn't have the energy to continue this dance, and without bees, many plants would struggle to reproduce. It's a symbiotic relationship that hinges on the production of this sweet substance. And let's not forget the remarkable cooperative effort that goes into each drop of honey. A single bee makes a minuscule amount of honey in its lifetime, yet together, a hive can produce pounds of it. So next time you enjoy a spoonful of honey, remember the incredible journey it took from flower to jar.